If you keep feeling lost because you're struggling with your executive functioning, I'm going to tell you exactly how to get out of that right now. Hey, I'm Nick McLaughlin. I'm an executive function coach. I'm not really in the woods. It's so freaking obvious, man. Why do I keep doing that? Hi, I'm Nick McLaughlin. I'm an executive function coach, giving you strategies using fun analogies like these to get points across because I'm a visual learner and I think that you probably are too if you're watching this video. And the goal of these videos is to make you a leader in the workplace, in your life, and to give you strategies to help you with your executive functioning. So you keep feeling lost. Now, trying to solve the problem when you're already in the middle of a struggle is like trying to find your way home when you're already lost. You don't have the tools, you never prepared for it, you didn't bring yourself anything that's going to help you, is only going to lead to frustration. Gosh, man. So what would happen with me all the time was that I would constantly wait till the last minute to do something. And then in the moment, I would struggle with that thing and think, okay, let's try to get out of it now. But that's like being in the woods, totally lost, trying to find a compass because I didn't bring one. So using this analogy, let's say that you wanted to go camping or hiking and you just left. You're just like, oh, I'll figure out everything when I'm there. So you start hiking because this is how people hike. I'm gonna try and make this realistic, hold on. No, that's what, and you're having so much fun. You're caught up in the moment because you know, I don't have to worry about planning now. Now I'm just enjoying being outside, doing my thing. So that's the equivalent of, it'll come up, I'll solve it when the time comes, whatever. But then the time comes where the sun's coming down here, right? It's getting late in your day, it's getting cold, and you're starting to get uncomfortable, right? The time is getting nearer and nearer to that thing you had to take care of. You have no way out, you have no tools, you have nothing to help you or support you with at all. And now you're completely lost in the moment and you can't get out of it. And that would make me feel really lost, not just in the moment, but in my life. I felt like I was constantly overwhelmed. And if anything bad happened, I would just kind of double down and say, I deserve this and I feel really crappy about myself and I'm never gonna get out of this, blah, 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 blah. And it felt like this self-fulfilling prophecy where I was always gonna be stuck in the woods and never get out of it. But then I tried something different, which blew my mind because it was so stupid easy, it pissed me off. And I just have done that ever since. And now I coach my clients to do the same and we see immediate results. So what's the entire way we can get out of, I feel like a professor. The entire way we get out of being lost in this situation, not just in the woods, but this is actually applicable to that too, but also with your time management, with procrastinating on tasks, with focusing and following through on projects that are really important, even tiny ones around the home that you fall behind on. These things occur because you're not intentional beforehand. This backpack represents the tools that you can fill your time with, that you could have given yourself if you were intentional first. But by not setting an intention first, you're just like, I wanna go for a hike today. Should I pack this? Nah. I found that with every single client I've had, I thought originally, oh, if I just give them some habits to work on, then they'll eventually be good and they'll be able to manage their ADHD or their executive functioning if they don't have ADHD regardless. But the thing that really stood out was if they weren't intentional beforehand, the habits would just go to complete waste and then it would double down on how bad they felt about themselves. You can do all of the right things. You can take all the right steps, take all the right actions, get all the right tools, but it won't matter if you're not intentional first. That's like going to Home Depot to go and buy groceries. I got my list together, I drove somewhere, I spent all the time. Why are things not working out? Because you didn't plan specifically or you weren't intentional. And doing things with intention is really just doing things on purpose with purpose. And I remember there was a time where I was coaching 2 college clients around the same time. And one of them was in law school and one of them was just in college in general. The law school one actually procrastinated until the very last week to study for her tests. We were not using the advantage of time in the beginning. So we had to keep making up for it with the only time we had in the moment where there was no time really left. While the other college student started a month before, and it made things a lot easier for them because they had the advantage of time. The law school student didn't have that. So she had this much to work with. So this much to work with compared to this much, or I'll make it smaller, like this much to this much, is a huge difference. So imagine the amount of time you have, and you can fill that time with whatever you need. Tools, support, routines, mentality checks, whatever you need. And it's going down more and more and more every second of the day. If you start something tomorrow, you have this much to fill it with, whereas the day before you had this much to fill it with, and the day before that you have this much, and so on. Wow, that's meta. I have analogies in my analogies. So basically, instead of hiking like this in, I don't know, this nice dress shirt for some reason, and being lost and saying, oh, I wish I had some water. Why didn't someone pack me water? There's supposed to be water out here. Oh, I'm supposed to have a compass so I can remember how to get home. Instead of that, now I have all of these tools because I was intentional first. These would not have been here, and I know this is a dad baby backpack, but let's imagine it's a hiking backpack. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to be intentional beforehand. Otherwise, don't blame yourself if you have nothing equipped. So when you're intentional, you're basically equipping yourself with ways to navigate your day and support it in the ways that you need. Now, this is just one out of many steps that I teach my clients out of a multi-step process to help make them extremely intentional leaders that follow through and focus really easily with their project. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, click the link in the description below, like and subscribe, and I'd love to hear in the comments below what you thought of this video and if you like the fact that there's a fish in the tree.